Hi, readers. Welcome. I am Jen Spencer, and this is Jen Spencer's 10-Minute Book Club. Hi, thank you for being here. Today we have a great author, Jenny Proctor. She writes sweet contemporary romances, and you are going to love listening to this book club. As always, if you make a comment or ask a question down below, you'll automatically be entered to win our giveaway. Jenny is giving away one copy of her book, Love Off Limits, and I am also giving away a copy of my book, Jesse and James. So I hope you make a comment or ask a question, and we'll try to answer and get to all your comments as well. We'll leave those comments on for 24 hours so that if you don't get to it tonight, you can also go in tomorrow and take a look. Thank you so much. I wanted to show you Jenny's book cover. She has the cutest and funnest book covers. I just love them. And you look at this and you can say, wow, I know what's going to happen here, or at least I know the setup. And I love, it looks like a great fun farm story, but maybe with a little fish out of water type of things too. Anyway, without further introduction, I would like you to meet Jenny Proctor. Hi, Jenny. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today.
I'm so happy to be here.
I am so excited. I'm so excited to hear about you and your book. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I have been writing since about 2009. I never knew that I wanted to write books until I had 3 kids and baby number 4 was on the way, and I started blogging. And I developed a little bit of a following, and someone said to me, have you ever thought about writing fiction? And I said, no, until then. And so I took a creative writing class and fell in love. And so I've published 4 novels traditionally since then, and several more indie published in the last few years. I am in addition to being an author, I'm a full-time freelance editor, and I work almost primarily on romance, so that's really fun. I am a mom to 6 kids. I live in Charleston, South Carolina.
So when do you have time to write? With 6 kids, I had to wait until mostly my kids were like gone before I started writing.
It's definitely a struggle. The first couple of books I wrote in between the hours of 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. I was younger than I am now, and it was a lot easier to stay up late.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't write in the middle of the night anymore, but now they're all in school, or at least during the school year, they're all in school. Summers are always a little more chaotic, but so I try and treat the hours when they're at school as work hours. And I split them between editing and writing as best I can.
Well, so tell us about this book, Love Off Limits.
Yeah, so it's the 3rd book in my Some Kind of Love series. It's set in North Carolina, which is where I'm originally from. It kind of starts in Charleston, and then you wind up in the mountains of North Carolina, which is my home and the place that I love the most of all the places. So I was really excited to jump back into that setting. As the title indicates, there's a little bit of a forbidden romance between a boss and a temporary farmhand who was not intending to be a farmhand, but sort of winds up at the farm through a series of circumstances, and is not supposed to be interested in dating the boss. She's the daughter of the family that owns this farm. But yeah, so there's, it's a romantic comedy, so there's lots of escapades on the farm. It's an event center, it's a working farm, but they've got this big farmhouse that they use for weddings and retreats and reunions and things like that. So there's all kinds of things that happen. And I mean, there's funny stories with goats, and there's some chasing chickens, and there's all kinds of fun. It's a little bit of a fish out of water story because Tyler, our male protagonist, he's from Charleston, and he's, you know, been a city boy his whole life. So yeah, he definitely has to flounder around and figure some things out. So it's fun. I'm excited about it.
That sounds so cute. I had one book where I wrote about goats, and
Yeah.
so fun. I did some research. I have a friend who has a goat farm, and so
Yeah.
I went and did some research with her, and goats are just so fun. I mean, they are just like naturally hilarious, and so it's really fun.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Well, and what made me decide that I had to put goats in this book was my kids go to a high school that is the like it's the farming high school in the district. So it's like they have this really big agricultural program where
Like
you can learn how to yeah, so there's a working farm at the school. So I
Really?
went into the office to drop something off for, because you know kids forget stuff, so I had to go take something to the school. And like the front desk person had a baby goat in a diaper in her arms. I mean, and the goat was like 3 days old. I mean, it was itty bitty, and she's just sitting there, just petting this goat, and it just had a little diaper, and I was like, "There's a goat in a diaper in the high school," and she was like, "Oh, it happens every spring," and I'm like, "What?" But I was just so enamored by this little tiny baby goat just chilling in the high school front office that I decided I needed to have baby goats. And maybe baby goats in diapers, because that would, like, the imagery was really kind of perfect.
Isn't
Yeah,
that funny
so
how I know for me, for my writing, you know, something you see will just trigger an entire story. I
yeah,
don't know if that happens to you often, but that
yeah,
happens to me
absolutely.
quite a bit. So
Yeah, for sure. And you sometimes don't expect it. And so many times books will start with a single scene, like you'll imagine an interaction, and then the whole story will build from that one moment.
yes.
So
Yeah.
it's fun how that happens.
I love that. Those are really serendipitous times when
Yeah.
you run across something. Well, so I wanted to ask you a couple questions. One is, what is the worst movie you have ever seen that you think everyone should see?
So it's hard for me to say it's the worst movie because it's literally one of my favorite movies of all time. But because of how much my husband hates it, I'm going to say that it maybe qualifies as the worst movie. And that's The Cutting Edge, which is a movie back from, I mean, when a long time ago, like maybe in the early 90s. And it's an ice skating, like a figure skating movie.
Oh, okay.
And they go to the Olympics, and he was a former hockey player. And then, you know, as a fully grown adult that's never done any figure skating, they bring him in and train him up, and he suddenly becomes good enough that he can go to the Olympics and compete. But I love that movie so much, and every time it comes on, I have to watch it. And my husband is always like, "I cannot believe that you're watching this movie again." But it's just perfect, the romantic tension, and it's awesome. I think everyone should watch that movie.
I'm trying to think. I think I've seen that movie, but it obviously wasn't as memorable for me as it was for you.
You should go check it out.
I might have to go watch that one again. So, do you have any TV shows that you binge watch?
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I find a show that I really love, I tend to tumble in. Parenthood is one of my favorite shows of all time. Here lately, I have been working my way through Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Oh,
Um,
I love that one too.
I love it so much.
You don't think when we started watching it, I thought, oh, this is just going to be a really fun, sweet show, and it is, but it's also so deep, and so I mean, I
Yeah.
cried in more than one episode. It's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah, I really love it. So we've been enjoying that one a lot. That was recommended to me by Melanie Jacobson, who's one of my very best author friends. she texted me and said, "You have to watch this. You're going to love it." And sure enough, we've been really having fun with that one.
So fun. Well, okay, last question. This is something I
Okay.
ask everybody. What if you were stranded on a desert island? Would you rather have a lifetime supply of chocolate or a lifetime supply of toilet paper?
I think this is it the unpopular answer to say toilet paper? I'm not a huge, like, I like chocolate, but if
But
I have like a fruit as an option, I will pick that. And not just because fruit's healthy. I mean like a fruity dessert. Like, I don't necessarily mean like I'd rather have fruit than chocolate. I'm not that person. But I will normally pick something else over chocolate.
interesting.
So I think maybe toilet paper would be more comfortable.
Well, no, that's actually what most people pick.
Really?
Yeah, but there are varied answers. So yeah, but that's definitely what I would pick.
Yeah. You know,
Those who has to be really comfortable. Then I'm
yeah. I like to be comfortable. And I mean, I like coconuts. I like pineapple. I mean, can my island be tropical so that I have lots of
yeah.
other good things to
Yeah.
eat? Then I would be okay without chocolate.
Okay, anything you want. That's great. Well, Jenny, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. Please remember, readers, if the comments will stay up for 24 hours. If you want to ask a question or make a comment in the section below, please do, and you'll be entered to win a copy of Love Off Limits by Jenny Proctor and one of my books, Jesse and James. And again, that'll be up for 24 hours. So we hope you give us a comment and you'll be entered to win. And thank you so much. I've had a great time, and have a great night, everybody.